Let's find that nice tall seat. Bring your hands onto your knees, actually palms facing up. Bring your thumb and your first finger to touch. You can gently straighten the arms, but don't lock them out. All right, press the sit bones down, grow a little bit taller. Lift the shoulders up, draw them back. Exhale, let them sink down. We'll do that a few more times. See how long you can take to inhale and feel your entire body and to lift those shoulders all the way up into the ears. Slow motion here. Lift them a little higher. Take one more little sip. Draw the shoulders back. See how long you can take to lower them down and empty all the air. Drawing the belly in and up at the end to empty every last drop. All right, see if you can inhale for at least 5 counts. Pressing the sit bones down, lengthening into the spine. Feel your body expanding in all directions. Exhale, shoulders back down the back. One more time. Biggest, deepest, slowest breath. See how long you can make it last. Lift the shoulders a little bit higher. Roll them back. Slowly let them sink. Now bring your hands to your heart. Let your head bow to your heart. Close your eyes. If you want to take this time to set an intention for your class or dedicate your practice to somebody, you can do that now. All right, lower your hands down by your sides. Inhale, reach out, lengthen up. Squeeze your palms together, lift your fingers high. Exhale, turn and twist to the right. Gaze out over that right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Chin is parallel to the ground. Exhale, twist. See if you can stay with that 5 count inhale and exhale. One more inhale, lengthen the spine. Gaze over the right shoulder. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Soften face, soften shoulders. Inhale through center, squeeze the palms, reach up, look up. Exhale to the left. Inhale for 5, lengthen the spine and the back of the neck. Exhale for 5, draw the shoulders down, twist a little deeper, stay for one more breath, make it last. Inhale back through center, squeeze the palms together, lift the fingers high. And now hinge forward, bring your hands to the ground, lower your head down towards the ground. Let your head be heavy. Let your breath be deep. Don't do it, you guys. Don't bark, please. Stay with that 5 count, inhale and exhale. Keep your sit bones grounded down and let each exhale help you melt a little deeper. Slowly roll it back up. And now bring your feet flat on the ground. Bring your hands behind you. Inhale up to reverse tabletop. Stack the knees over the ankles, shoulders over the hips. If it's all right with your neck, drop your head back. Press through your fingers and knuckles. Press through all 4 corners of the feet. Lift your hips, lift your heart. Stay with your breath. See if you can find that 5 count, inhale and exhale. And slowly come back down. Now we're going to come onto the hands and the knees and do a few rounds of cat and cow. See if you can find that at least 5 counts of an inhale. Radiate the heart forward. Start this at your tailbone. Feel that start to tuck under first and feel that ripple all the way up your spine, tucking the chin in last, emptying every last drop. Feel this fluid wave-like motion coming over your spine. All right, next exhale, slowly make your way downward facing dog. Press into the hands, fire up the core, slowly lift those sit bones up and back. Maybe straightening into the legs or maybe pedaling it out for a little bit. What's wrong with you? You're crazy. Go away. Hey, we're teaching yoga. That means you lay on this. Yeah. All right, slowly walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Now just hang out here a little bit. Any fold you like. Maybe you grab the elbows or sway a little bit. Just shake the head out and try to feel that ragdoll sensation. Bend the knees and slowly roll it up, letting the arms and head stay heavy, pressing into the feet. Lift the heart, roll the shoulders down the back. All right, now we're gonna do this weird kind of a expanding and contracting move, okay? So on the inhale, we're just gonna get like as big as we can, and it can look any way you like. Just take up as much space as you can. And on the exhale, come into the tightest little ball you can, okay? Doesn't have to be any specific thing. Just inhale and get big and take up space and fill your body more. Exhale, try to contract. Draw the belly in and up and squeeze into a ball. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And now just imagine that you are just expanding and contracting with the universe. Imagine that you're looking up at the stars on a bright starry night and thinking about that space between the stars. Thinking about as your heart beats inside your chest and your lungs expand and contract. Coming into that rhythm of expanding and contracting with the universe. See if you can really drag it out, maybe even longer than 5 counts for the inhale. And the exhale one more time. Now slowly roll up, let your arms and head stay heavy. Press into the feet. Lift your heart, roll your shoulders down the back. Now step your feet as wide as the hips, maybe a little wider, and just start to sway side to side, letting your arms be like dead weight. Trying to wake up the spine a little bit here. As it warms up, you can use a little more momentum. If it's funky on your knees, you can bend one knee and turn it in as you twist. Stay with your breath, deep and slow through the nose. Slowly come back to stillness in the center. Step your feet together. Inhale, arms up. Now interlace your fingers and turn your palms to face up. Actually spread your feet back out as wide as your hips are a little wider. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, come all the way back up, pressing into the feet, reach up out of the waist, fill up. Exhale, lower down. Notice if your weight is trying to rock from one foot to another or from one part of your foot to the other, and see if you can press down evenly into both feet without changing that. This time, stay up. Step your left foot behind your right and drop your arms over to the right. Feel the heart lift a little bit and the shoulders melt a little bit. Stay with your breath. Slowly come back up and we switch directions. Go over to the left and inhale, come back up. Press into the feet evenly. Next time you're up, stay up. Step the right foot behind the left, drop your arms to the left. Heart is lifting, shoulders melting. Find your breath. Slowly come back to center and lower your hands down behind you. Interlace your fingers. Maybe you can glue the palms together. Draw the hands down, lift the heart, take a look up. Now really press into the feet. Keep your core engaged to protect your back and start to hinge at the hips. If you need to bend the knees, you can. Let your head get heavy. Reach your arms up and overhead. Shake your head a little bit. Press both feet down evenly into the mat. Maybe you start to straighten into the legs, or maybe your knees are deeply bent. Now inhale, bend the knees a lot, but don't actually move the knees. Just lower the booty back behind the knees and lift the upper body up like chair, but keep your bind. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe legs straighten, head is heavy, breath is deep. Now take your time. See if you can find that 5 count inhale as you bend the knees deeply to get your booty as low as your knees. Exhale, fold. Find a little more length in your spine and the back of your neck. Take your time here, really holding on to each breath. And then release your hands down to the ground. Plant them down, fingers spread wide, hands shoulder width distance apart, and step back to plank pose. Find a nice long line of energy here. You can check out your form on your camera, and you can glance on over and see if anything's drooping or hanging, and lift it up to create that really nice long line of energy, including your neck here. So look down and see if you can lengthen through the crown all the way to the heels. Press into the hands a little more to shine the heart forward and roll the shoulders back. Feel your strength here. Stay with your breath. Find steadiness here where you're not wobbling around, not looking around. Slowly lower the knees, and then the chest, and then the chin. Leave the booty in the air and take a deep breath into your low back. Maybe it feels good to wag the tail a little bit. What you got, buddy? Good boy. And slowly flatten all the way down to the belly. Interlace the fingers back behind the sit bones, maybe the palms glue together. Pull the hands back to draw the shoulders back. Press into the feet to lift the heart. Now keep rolling the shoulders back more, pressing into the feet to lift a little higher. Keep reaching the hands a little closer to the toes. And slowly lower back down, hands under shoulders. We're gonna come up to puppy pose. So we're gonna press the hips back to stack them over the knees, and then walk the hands forward just a little bit more. If you can, your forehead comes to the ground. Maybe you wanna roll the ankles out a little bit here. Or maybe you wanna come up onto tented fingertips, lifting the wrists up off the ground. Maybe kind of swaying side to side here feels good. One more breath, make it last, make it count. And slowly come back up. Come up onto the knees, inhale, arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers, glue your palms together. Reach the hands a little higher. Exhale, drop it over to the right. Try to straighten your arms and glue your palms. And now both knees and shins pressing into the ground evenly. Even if your shins aren't really touching the ground, imagine pressing them down to root evenly here. One more time, maybe you roll that left shoulder back just a little bit and open the heart, drawing the shoulders out of the ears. Slowly come back up. Inhale, root to rise, reach up, fill up. Exhale, drop it to the left. Imagine there's an apple between your chin and your chest. Press those hips out to the right, root down into the knees and the shins. Arms straight, palms glued, roll that right arm back just a little bit. And slowly come back up. Bring your hands to your low back, maybe your fingers point up. Wrap the shoulders back behind you, press the hips forward, lift the heart, and find a deep supported backward bend. Take it slow for your first back bend. Feel the heart lifting like there's something attached to your sternum that's reaching up towards the heavens. And slowly come back up. Come back down, hands and knees for one really slow, sweet round of cat-cow. One more inhale to drop the belly, shine the heart forward. Use your exhale to come on up, downward facing dog. Take your time. Press into the fingers and knuckles. Maybe the legs straighten. Maybe you need to pedal it out a little more here. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Now see if you can feel like you're melting the heart down towards the knees a little bit more. Melting the belly down towards the thighs a little more. Good. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Any fold you like, again, maybe grabbing the elbows and swaying a little bit. Maybe straightening into the legs, or maybe the knees are deeply bent. Maybe you're grabbing your elbows behind the knees, folding yourself in half. Take one more really deep, slow breath. And then we'll slowly come up. You can let the arms and head be heavy if that feels good to roll it up. If you have a tricky low back, you might come up with a flat back instead. Inhale, arms up overhead, squeeze your palms together, lift your fingers a little higher. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart and lower your hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Interlace your fingers, release your index finger, glue your palms together. Bring your biceps back, chin away from the chest, and drop it over to the left. See if you can straighten the arms and glue the palms and press those hips out to the right. Drop a little more weight into your heels. Roll that right arm back just a little bit to open the heart up. Make sure your hips and your chest are facing forward and sink in. Reach through the fingers one more time. It's always at the very last breath that I find this little deep adjustment in my back that I can never get in any other pose. I haven't got it yet. Inhale, slowly come back up. Reach up, fill up. Exhale, drop to the left. Press down into the heels, press the hips out to the left. Straighten the arms, glue the palms, sink in. Twist, roll that left arm back just a little bit. Keep the back of the neck long, but the chin away from the chest a little bit. Inhale, come back up. Drop the head back, shake it out. Find a backward bend here, press your hips forward, lift your heart up and reach through the fingertips. On an inhale, slowly come up. Hinge at the hips, reaching forward, slowly come all the way down. Bend the knees, get the thighs parallel to the ground. And now lower the hands down to the ground. Lift the hips, fold forward. Interlace your fingers back behind your sit bones. See if the palms will glue. Don't move your knees, just lower the booty back behind the knees till the booty is the same height as the knees and the thighs are parallel to the ground. Roll the shoulders back, try to stack the shoulders over the hips. Exhale, fold, press into the feet, lift the sit bones up and back, head is heavy, breath is deep. 2 more times with your own breath. How long can you make it last? Press into the feet, pull the belly in. One more time. Lower your hands to the ground, walk them forward. Find that plank pose, that nice long line of energy. Find your breath. Slowly lower down any way you like, maybe knees, chest, chin, baby cobra, maybe chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. All right, inhale, lift that right leg up high. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose and step it through. Lower the left knee all the way down. Inhale, rise up. On the exhale, we lower the hands and step the left foot forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Find a little backward bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, reach out, lengthen up. Exhale, swan dive, lengthen forward. My music is funky. It's playing on my phone and my speaker. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Or just step back to plank and lower knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Meeting back in downward facing dog. I'm gonna try closing the Spotify app and trying again. All right, inhale, left foot lifts up high. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, step it through, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower the hands, step it forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Press into the feet, find that little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. All right, we're gonna lift the right foot up for tree pose. We're gonna press the right foot into the left foot somewhere, not on the knee. If you're not feeling very steady today, you can leave those toes on the ground for balance, like a little kickstand. If you wanna help it up there a little higher, you can. All right, but find that equal pressure, that foot pressing into thigh and thigh pressing into foot here. Feel that, okay? Feel the left foot pressing down as the left quad lifts up. Grow up tall like a tree reaching for the sun. Scoop the hips forward a little bit. Let that knee fall back a little bit. Now bring your hands to your heart. Now really root to rise here. Feel that. Feel the left foot pressing down into the earth, growing roots as you grow just a little bit taller through the crown. On the exhale, soften the face and shoulders. Yeah, if you'd like to challenge the balance, you can reach up or look up or maybe even sway in the wind a little bit. Maybe even close your eyes if you're feeling super balanced. And now we're gonna lift the right leg up and slowly step it back into crescent lunge. Stack everything in place. Check out your foundation. Stack knee over ankle, shoulders over hips. Get those hips facing forward. Right when you get into a pose, you need to do all of those things. All right? Make sure that knee is pointed straight forward. Draw the belly in and up. Now reach up out at the waist. Feel the heart lifting and the shoulders melting. Find your breath. Sink in a little bit. Pressing the left knee forward, pressing the right heel back. Feel the heart lift a little bit on the inhale. Let the exhale soften the shoulders down the back. Stay with that 5 count. Inhale and exhale. Now keep your heart lifting as you drop the elbows back behind you. Try to touch them together back there. And then inhale, straight legs, straight arms. Reach up, fill up. Exhale, sink in. Take your time. Make it last. Draw the elbows back more. Bend the left knee more. Inhale, rise up, fill up. Arms are straight, palms are glued. Reach up just a little more. One more time. Exhale. Elbows together. Now interlace your fingers back behind your sit bones. See if your palms will glue together. Draw the hands down, lift the heart, and take a look up. Keep pressing the left knee forward as you hinge forward. Drop your head inside that knee. Let it become heavy and reach the arms up and overhead. So left knee is pressing forward, right heel is pressing back. Feel that left hip still drawing back into the socket. Now slowly drag your body over to the right to a wide leg forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Let your head be heavy. Rock a little weight into the balls of the feet. Lift those sit bones up and back, maybe straightening into the legs. I don't understand why you're doing this. All right, slowly lower your hands down to the ground. Bring them out to your hips. Bend your knees a little bit and slowly come on up. All right, turn your toes all the way out. We're trying to stack the knees over the ankles here. You might need to help those knees open, to open the hips. See if you can get a little lower, like thighs parallel to the ground. Moving around a little bit to help you get into it if you like. Knees opening back. Now bring your thumbs inside your knees here. And drop your right shoulder towards your left knee. Keep opening both knees out to the sides. Find your breath. Soften the face, soften the shoulders. Slowly come back to center. And left shoulder, right knee. Keep opening those knees, twisting. Slowly come back up. Straighten into the legs. Then turn your toes towards that long edge of the mat. And now pick the right toes up and turn them towards the back of the mat. So you keep that left hip facing the long edge, but let that right hip open out towards that front back of the mat, yeah? So now we're gonna shift the hips back and imagine you're trying to stack them here. Imagine you're trying to slide that right hip underneath the left. Now scoop the hips forward just a little bit, but still feel that left hip peeling back to stack the hips. Now reach your right hand forward so you can't reach any further, and then lower down, keeping both sides of the waist really long here. So if either side of the waist look kind of crunched up like this, you come too far, and you need to come back up out of it, even if that means you only come to here. All right, reach the left arm up, gaze up at it, and reach the left hand a little higher as you roll the left shoulder back. Press down into all four corners of both feet. Lift the quads up off the knees, scoop the hips forward, draw the belly in and up. Now reach the left hand 1 inch higher towards the ceiling. One more time. Draw the left shoulder back a little bit, rolling the heart up towards the ceiling. Now legs stay straight as we reverse the triangle. Press into the feet. Inhale, reach up, fill up. And now slowly bring your hands to your hips. Turn the right toes to face that long edge. Lift the left toes up. Turn them to face the front of the mat. So right hip still facing long edge. Left hip facing front. Yeah? You can turn the right toes in a little bit if you need to. Shift the hips back. Get that sense of stacking them here. Maybe take a little smaller step if you need to. Scoop the hips forward. Peel that right hip back. Reach, reach, reach forward. And find your triangle pose, keeping both sides of the waist really long. Press into the feet. Lift the quads. Draw the belly in and up. Look up at that hand. Lift it a little higher. Roll the right shoulder back. Back of the neck is long, but chin is away from the chest. Find your breath. Next inhale, reverse it. Legs stay straight. Press into the feet. Inhale, reach the left hand up. And lower the hands to the hips. We'll come back and do that crescent lunge facing forward. Reach up out of the waist, sink in. Lower the hands to the ground, shoot the right foot high like standing splits. Let your head be heavy, let your breath be deep. Keep your hips in line. Root down into the left foot to lift the right foot a little higher. Find your breath. Now we're gonna hop it back, chaturanga, maybe just 1 inch at a time, maybe one big hop. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Shift your gaze up between your hands. Bend your knees. We're gonna hop up to a deep yogic squat. So hop your feet up outside of your hands. Now let your sit bones be heavy, rooting down. Start to push your knees open, creating space to draw those thumbs into the heart. Find a little more length in your spine, softness through your face and shoulders. Now push those knees open. Find your breath. Interlace your fingers, release your index finger. Glue your palms together, reach your hands forward. Lift your arms till they're parallel to the ground. Turn your toes forward. Lift your booty to the same height as your knees. And now lower your head down so you can squeeze it in between the arms. So your back and your thighs are parallel to the ground, so they're touching, yeah? Because they're on the same plane. All right, straighten the arms, glue the palms together, reach your fingers forward, find a little more length from your fingertips to your sit bones. Press into your feet evenly. And press into the feet again, slowly come up, reach up out of the waist. Exhale, drop it to the right. Straighten the arms, glue the palms, press the hips out to the left. Roll that left shoulder back a little bit. Keep your chin away from your chest and sink in. Inhale, slowly come back up. Exhale, drop it to the left. Press down into the feet. Rooting to rise here. So feel the feet pressing down and the heart lifting up and the heart rolling up towards the ceiling a touch as you roll that right shoulder back. Straighten the arms, glue the palms. Slowly come back up, drop your head back, shake it out, find that backward bend. Hips pressing forward, heart lifting up, reach through the fingers. Relax your shoulders. On an inhale, slowly come up, press into the feet. Fold forward, lengthening all the way down. Release your hands, step your feet together. And now bend your knees a lot and reach around and step on all 10 fingers back behind your heels. Maybe you could get your forearms to touch back there behind your calves. Now try to fold into a tight little ball, pressing your face into your legs, body touching the legs, and then start to straighten the legs, pulling your head down towards the feet. Pull the shoulders out of the ears, pull the belly in and up out of the way. Lift those sit bones up and back. Try to straighten and lengthen your spine, the back of your neck, the back of your legs. Try to lengthen this breath a little bit. And release. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. And lower downward chaturanga. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Shift your gaze up between the hands, bend your knees, walk or hop to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Take your time, be big. Take one more sip, find that little back bend. Exhale, take your time, drawing the hands through the heart. Draw the low belly in and up, empty all the air. Actually bring the hands back to the heart. Let the head bow to the wisdom of the heart. Close your eyes. And come back to that. If you set an intention or dedicated your practice to someone, take a couple breaths here just to reconfirm that, to recenter your intention, or to visualize that person or place. And lower your hands down by your sides. Now we're going to lift the left foot up into tree pose, yeah? Maybe toes touch the ground like a kickstand. Maybe you help that foot up nice and high. Feel that equal pressure, pressing foot into thigh and thigh into foot equally. Scoop the hips forward, let the knee fall back. Feel that rooting to rise. Bring your hands to your heart. Or if you want to challenge the balance, reach up out of the waist or sway in the wind a little bit. Now all the things, yeah, start at the ground. Press that foot down, visualize those roots. Lift that quad, draw the belly in and up, hips forward, knee back, lengthen up, grow taller. Good, now lift the left knee up, slowly step back, crescent lunge. Foundation up, check all your bases off, yeah? Knee over ankle, knee pointed straight forward, draw the right hip back, all the things, yeah? Heart lifting, shoulders melting, find your breath. Now keep the heart lifting. Exhale, draw the elbows towards each other behind you. Sink in a little deeper. Inhale, straight legs, straight arms. Press down into that foot. Lift that right quad up off the thigh, off the knee. Yeah. Exhale, slowly sink down. Open the heart. One more time. Inhale, fill up. Reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, make sure the right knee bends straight forward. Interlace the fingers back there. Maybe the palms glue. Draw the hands down. Lift the heart. Take a look up. Keep pressing the right knee forward. Hinge forward. Dropping the head inside the knee. Reach the arms up and overhead. Soften the shoulders out of the ears. Press the right knee forward. Drag your body over towards the left and find that wide leg forward fold here. Inhale to lift up halfway. And exhale to fold. Now release your hands down to the ground. Turn your fingers back away from you and walk your hands back away from you here, pulling the head down towards the ground. Draw the shoulders out of the ears. Start to rock a little weight into the balls of the feet, lifting the sit bones up and back, maybe starting to straighten into the legs. If headstand is in your practice and you want to use this time to go upside down, feel free to do that. Slowly come back to center, hands under shoulders. Bring your hands to your hips and slowly come on up. And now turn your right toes towards the front of the mat. Find that crescent lunge. Lower your hands to the ground. Shoot the left foot high, standing splits. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Hips are in one line from the side. Root down to the right foot to reach up through the left heel. Now hop it back, chaturanga, maybe 1 inch at a time, maybe one big hop. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Now let's come on down to the knees and take a little child's pose. Unless you'd rather stay in down dog, you can do that too. Now see if you can recommit for the last 23 minutes of class to stay with this breath just a little bit longer. To use all of your focus, all of your attention to make this breath last a little bit longer. Like this breath was all you really had. Imagine that the quality of this next breath will reflect the quality of the rest of your life, and see if you can make it a little deeper. See if you can bring a little more joy into this moment through this breath. When you're ready, come back up, downward facing dog. We're gonna hop up to that deep yogic squat. Shift your gaze, bend your knees, walk or hop it up there. Find that deep yogic squat. Now you can try a couple of different things here. If you want to try a bind, you can turn the thumb face down, palm face back, and reach the left arm around. Sometimes I have to lift my booty up a little bit to get a hold, or come up on that toe even, and then sink back in. If that's too much for you and you can't get a hold, just plant the right hand down, kind of snuggling that right forearm under the shin to lock it in place. And then peeling that left arm up, gazing up at the left hand. Draw the shoulders out of the ears, rooting to the heels, lengthen the spine, find your breath. And slowly come back to center. And now other side, maybe you're finding that bind with the thumb down, palm back, and reaching around. Or maybe you're just snuggling that forearm under the shin and peeling that right arm up, gazing up at it, twisting open. So keeping the sit bones heavy here will help you stay balanced. And slowly come back up. Now we're going to try a little arm balance, but only if your wrists and shoulders feel like 100% today. Let's roll the wrists out a little bit first. Check in with them. See if they're feeling up to supporting all of your weight. Shoulders too. Check in with the shoulders. If you don't feel like going upside down, you can do a couple different things. You can put your legs up a wall. If you'd rather try a headstand or something else in this time, you can do that as well. All right, that's a little less weight on the wrists and shoulders, obviously. Okay, so hands come down just like down dog, fingers spread wide. Now, really press into the fingers, like all the down dog cues, yeah? So it's almost like this little suction cup in the hand. Like you're kind of like lifting up the middle of the palm to suck up the arms like, and then you're rolling the shoulders open to shine the heart forward, yeah? And now as we start to balance, we're gonna bring the knees up a little higher on the outside of the arms. And as you start to lift the feet up off the ground, imagine your arms pressing back into your legs and your knees squeezing in against the arms. It's that resistance that's gonna keep your legs in place. See if you can lift the feet off the ground. Maybe just one foot lifts up off the ground. If you get both your feet lifted, try to retract the landing gear a little bit by drawing the feet up a little bit more, engaging the core to bring those feet in and up, to become a little bit smaller, yeah? Press into the fingers and knuckles a lot. Maybe from here, you slowly drop into a headstand. Yeah. Yeah, take advantage of this time at home, right? The carpet's probably a lot more forgiving and probably a little easier if you're not really used to headstands to doing it at home, knowing that if you fall, it's not gonna make a horribly loud noise and be embarrassing. Maybe from your headstand, you drop back into that arm balance. And maybe from there, you hop it back like chaturanga. Take your time, stay with your breath. And when you're ready, we'll slowly meet back in child's pose. Get there however you like, maybe optional vinyasa. You really like to show off on the camera, don't you? Really like to show off on there. You brought all your toys out. It's incredible. Okay, in your child's pose, reach your arms back along your sides, palms facing up, and kind of round into the shoulders, kind of slumping even. Find that rounding here. Now reach your hands forward and slowly slide out onto the belly. Reach your arms out to the sides like airplane wings, palms facing down. Zip your legs together, squeeze your toes and heels together, squeeze your knees and thighs together. Now lengthen in both directions and then lift up off the ground. Squeeze your legs together. Find your breath. Reach out through the fingers, lengthen from toes to crown. Now lift a little higher. Drawing the arms back a little bit to lift the heart a little more. Lift everything up one more time. Lengthen in both directions and lift. And now bend the knees and grab the ankles from the outside, right on the ankle bones. Try not to let the knees splay out. Try to keep them in line with the hips. Now kick up into your hands and lift the heart a little more. Maybe you start to look up a little bit. Maybe you can come up so just your hip bones are on the ground and you're rocking a little bit. Kick up and back as hard as you can. Stay with your breath. And slowly release. Reach your right arm straight out to the side, perpendicular to your body. Place your right ear on the mat. Place your left hand into the mat, right in front of your face. Elbow pointed straight up at the ceiling. Now roll to the right side, placing the left foot flat on the ground behind that knee somewhere, and start to open that right shoulder. Now use your breath. Find that 5 count, inhale, and make the exhale match. If you don't feel this a lot, reach your left hand straight up towards the ceiling and keep it there. Or you can tuck it back behind your back or reach it out towards that right hand, trying to interlace your fingers. Stay with your breath. Use it to make something happen here. Take that inhale right to the spot where you feel it the most. Fill it all the way up, almost uncomfortably. Fill it a little more. And then on the exhale, feel something soften as you let some of that tension unravel. You settle in just a little bit deeper. One more breath. Make it last. Make it count. Slowly roll back onto your belly. Bring that right arm back in. Left arm comes out perpendicular. Left ear plants down. Right hand plants in front of face. Elbow points up at the ceiling. Roll to the left side. Place the right foot flat behind that knee and start to open the left shoulder. Keep your head and your neck relaxed. Relax your face, your jaw. Find your breath. Use all of your focus to stay with this breath a little bit longer, like there's nowhere else you'd rather be. See if you can bring a little more joy into this moment through this breath. And slowly lower back onto the belly. Bring that arm back in. And now slowly come up. And if you're on carpet, it probably doesn't matter which way you turn, but if you want to turn sideways on the mat for frog pose, you can. So your knees and your heels are in line. So that shin is parallel to the edges of the mat, yeah? If you can, your toes are going to turn out. If that doesn't work for you, you can turn them back or even in a little bit if you need to, okay? And now we're just going to slowly walk your hands forward. If you want to, you can lower down to the elbows, but you might find you get a better stretch up on your hands. Feel it out. Stay with your breath. Now start to push your hips back towards your heels just a little bit. Now stop pushing. If you're pushing your hips back towards your heels, stop pushing and just let gravity kind of help you ease into it for 2 more really deep, slow, sweet breaths. Slowly come back up. And we're going to move slowly as you come to face the front of your mat and come back into a child's pose. Now lift those wrists up, coming up onto tented fingertips to open the shoulders. Relax your head and your neck. And slowly come back up. So we're going to sit onto the left hip and bring your feet out in front. Lower your feet down flat on the ground, reach your hands forward and lift your legs up. Maybe you grab the back of your shins, back of your knees, yeah? Or maybe you straighten into the arms and the legs, pull the belly in, lift the heart up, hug everything into center line. Reach out through the balls of the feet, find length in your spine, softness in your face and shoulders. Stay with this breath. Inhale, slowly lengthen to a hover. Keep reaching out through the balls of the feet. Keep pulling the belly in. Keep looking down at the toes and reaching the fingers towards the toes. Squeeze the legs together. Reach out through the balls of the feet one more time. And slowly lower all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Now see if you can grab your elbows around your knees here. And see if you can draw the shoulders back down into the ground. Tuck your chin a little bit. And now try to get your lower vertebrae and your butt on the ground. Maybe it helps to feel like you're lowering those feet, like you were going to roll the feet down so they were flat on the ground. Obviously, they don't move much because you're holding them tight here. But see how that little movement can press that low back and butt into the ground a little more so your whole spine is flat on the ground here. And now let your left leg go long on the mat. Move slowly. Kick out through that heel. Hug that right knee in towards the right shoulder. Tuck the chin a little bit. Hug the elbows in tight against the body. Kick out through the left heel. Maybe that left heel even lifts up off the ground. Right foot is relaxed. Squeeze that knee into the armpit, opening that hip. Now we're going to find a half happy baby. Turn the sole of that right foot up towards the ceiling. Grab the outside edge of that foot. Pull it straight down towards the knee, towards the armpit. Try to root down into the shoulders. Keep your neck long and straight, looking up, chin slightly tucked, and breathe. Now we're going to slowly draw that knee across center line, hand it over to the left hand, find a spinal twist. Your right arm can reach straight out to the side, perpendicular to the body, or you can bend at the elbow for that cactus arm. Try to get that right knee all the way down to the ground using the help of your left hand, and then try to get the right shoulder all the way down. Gaze out over that right hand. Breathe all the way down into the low back and belly for 5. On the exhale, soften. So if you're using that left hand to press on the knee, on the exhale, let that go a little bit, okay? Inhale, you can use that right now. Find a little more space in your body, fill all the way up. But on the exhale, soften everything and sink in a little bit more. One more breath, make it last, make it count. Slowly come back to center, hug your knees into your chest. Let your right leg go long, move slowly, kick out through the heel. Hug that left knee into the left armpit, tuck the chin, hug the body with the elbows, pull the shoulders into the ground. Kick out through that right heel, maybe right leg even keeps lifted off the ground. Squeeze the left knee into the armpit. Keep the neck long and straight and slightly tucked, squeeze it in again. Slowly find that half happy baby. Grab the outside edge of the foot, pull it down towards the knee, towards the ground, ground the shoulders, tuck the chin, keep kicking through the right heel. Slowly draw that knee through center, find that spinal twist other side. Use your right hand to get that knee all the way down to the ground. Gaze out over the left hand, try to get the left shoulder all the way down. Use your breath here. Make something happen. Slowly come back to center, hug your knees into your chest. We're going to roll back into a plow pose. See if you can get the toes to touch the ground behind your head. Keep your neck long and straight in this one. If your feet are floating in the air, keep your hands on your low back for support. If you don't need them there, maybe reach your hands behind your sit bones and try to interlace your fingers. Maybe you can glue your palms together here and draw your hands down into the mat. Relax your head and your neck and your shoulders a little bit more to sink in just a little bit more. We're only going to stay here for 3 more breaths. If you'd rather lift up into a shoulder stand, you can. If you just want to keep sinking in here, keep relaxing your head and your neck more and make this more about that curve in the spine and less about your neck. Lower your palms back down. Use them as the brake, slow as you can go. 1 vertebrae at a time. Feel some little micro adjustments happening as you realign your spine. Keep moving slowly. Squeeze the legs together. Reach out through the heels as slow as you can go. At least 10 counts to lower down. If you have a tricky low back, you can press the hands into the ground here. Keep the chin tucked. Keep the shoulders drawing into the mat. Keep hugging the legs together into that center line and kicking through the heels. Pull the belly in. And slowly hug the knees into the chest. Let your legs go long on the mat. I just had a premonition and now I'm probably manifesting it, but the dogs have been so good. I know that right when you get into Shavasana, the mailman is going to come and knock or drive up, and then it's just going to be chaos. But why do I even have to think these things, right? That's not going to happen. Okay, let your legs go long. Spread your feet as wide as your mat and let your toes fall open. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. If you want to put something over your face or your eyes, or if it's chilly where you're at and you want a blanket to cover up with, feel free to grab that now. All right, now again, imagine you're staring up at that starry night, but instead of focusing on those bright, shiny stars, you're just concerned with that space, that vast, infinite space. Trying to imagine that that same depth is within you, and trying to go into that vertical realm of space with that same awe and wonder that you would look up at the starry sky with. And just committing to noticing that space a little more often, whether it's the space between your breaths, the space between your thoughts or your words. Just imagine that we are mostly space. It's a very small percentage of things that you can see or touch. Even our thoughts are constructs in this physical realm. And it's such a small, small percentage of what really makes up the universe and our depth. So yes, we are this physical form, but primarily, first and foremost, we are that space. So it doesn't mean that this form doesn't matter or that it's not real. It just means that thinking about that space as being that primary part of what you are, what the universe is made of, will give you that space in your life to take a breath before you react. Even that breath alone is exactly that, creating a little more space in your body, spaciousness, yeah? See if you can fall into that vertical depth within you, but let all thoughts fall away and just experience that. Invite a deeper breath back into your body. Invite movement back into your fingers, into your toes. And invite yourself to stay in this place of calm that's always right here for you. Slowly roll onto your right side, curling into a little ball. When you're ready, we'll press back up to a seat, coming to a comfortable cross-legged seat. All right, inhale the arms up overhead, squeeze the palms together, lift the fingers high, find a little more space, one more time. Exhale, draw the hands through heart center. Let the head bow to the wisdom of the heart. Close your eyes. We'll end with the eternal sound of Om. Empty all the air. Inhale, fill all the way up. Lift the thumbs to the space above the eyebrows. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. When we are in that place, we are one. Namaste. Oh, yeah, you're a good boy. Yeah, you remember namaste. Yeah, that's good. Thank you all for coming. If anybody has dogs and wants to jump on and have a dog party, feel free to bring your dogs in, turn your mic on.